that.
Yeah, in fact, we should mention that every single PhD graduate from our university has done extremely well.
Yes, exactly.
Employed either in industry or tenured fact professor at the university. Anywhere.
If you get a chance, we have the plaque downstairs of those who complete their degrees, their PhD degree. We also have a list of where they are, what they're doing.
Can I make one comment?
Sure.
Since you're talking about PhD, I want to mention this to all undergraduates going to some graduate school. There are schools in the nation, like Caltech, Harvard. If you apply to that school for the graduate program in physics, and by mistake in your essay or somewhere you write that your aim is to get a master's degree, your application will be thrown out. Because they do not want to produce, they think that by getting a master's degree they are producing a technician or a teacher, if their aim is not. So unless you say that you are your PhD, you want to become a research scientist, your application will not be produced. Keep this in mind. You can look at their catalogs, Caltech, Harvard, Princeton. If you apply there and say, oh, my aim is to get a master's degree in physics. Where is it right there?
Because many of those universities don't have a master's.
They don't have a master's. So if you flunk the qualifying exam for a PhD at Harvard or Caltech, they give you a master's degree and take it out. That's what it is.
So what's the ratio of like PhD recipients who become professors and become merely researchers, say the national lab?
I have a little chart.
I think it's relatively more difficult to become professors, and just because there are fewer opportunities. And I don't know the exact number.
Industry and research projects.
Okay. So after a PhD, many physicists find employment in 3 major areas. Now, see, I've moved down from being a physics student because you have a PhD now, right? So you can be considered a physicist. The initial employment sectors of physics PhD by type of position accepted classes of 2007-2008. This answers the question, I think. In the academic arena, most of those are postdocs. Postdocs meaning that they are temporary somewhat. See, that number is 81% over there. Okay, in the private sector, about 2%, the government, about 23%. Then potentially permanent. I'll explain that to you on the next slide as well. But you see, most of the PhD go where? Into the private sector, about 62%. And then potentially permanent government, about what? 10%. And we have some few others here. Now, here is the starting salaries. This again, the class 2007, 2008. In the private sector, you see, you can actually earn more money where? In the private sector. The university and college level, and a little bit over that there postdoc. But then the government there, between, what is that? That is a little over 50,000 up to about 70,000 government. And then university and research labs are there as well. Now, what's going to happen is this. The government jobs pay well, but you never become wealthy, right? I mean, okay, the government jobs. It's just a whole shift from here to here. On the other hand, many people enjoy the security, but I have down here that what? This security factor is not what it once was. Things are changing even in the government. So many of those so-called lifetime jobs don't exist anymore. Industrial work has its ebbs and flows, and there is no job security at this level. However, you can what? You can do quite well in industry. You saw here that was here, private sector. You do quite well there. They're supposed to be establishing name for yourself. You do have security. Now, I personally think a university position is the best. Okay, because then you can work on any problem you want. You've heard a diverse group here, working on what they want to work on, as well as being able to influence the lives of others, students. I find this area most rewarding. I actually had a job in industry for many years, and I wanted to change because that wasn't my life goal. And now I'm doing what I really enjoy, impacting the students for the most part. Now, look at this. Jobs at university level are limited, and this means you may take several postdoctorate positions. If you did that, postdoctorate positions. Now, when you do land a job, you land a job as an assistant professor without tenure. What does that mean?
Working way up.
Work your way up, okay? Tenure means that you have a permanent position. I think down here. Okay. Then you have 5 to 7 more years from which to establish your name for yourself as an assistant professor. Then you move up the ladder. You go from assistant professor to assistant professor to full professor. And then you can average your pay well over $100,000. Now, there are some obstacles to this path. However, those who are successful, who use these habits, will what? Will strive and reach their goal. Again, the successful physics student, the successful physicist, lives well and strives to make his or her own unique contribution to society. So you're planning your life now because you know what you want to do. Not exactly, not every little part of it, but you know that this is where you want to be. And there's a future for you in physics. And so you're going to then acquire these habits, these traits. You're going to work them, you're going to hone, you're going to master them, so that you will reach the goal you have set for yourselves. Again, I saw some of your writings, you sent me the little writing about what you want to do. So a lot that can begin even today. Of course, it has begun already. Of course, it has. So you want to be a physicist. Many of you do not recognize these people, right? Some of you recognize these people, right? We all recognize these people. But our goal, and your goal, is to one day recognize these people as our what? Our new breed of physicists. Thank you very much. Your picture is
very useful.
I think the point with Vernessa made